Welcome to Drill's Garage. A week ago, I guess it was, I showed you guys a video of this 2011 GTS, 911 GTS that I had bought, crashed. So let's take a closer look. I haven't really done anything with the car since, so let's take a walk around, underneath, inside, all that. Let's get it done. Stay tuned. If you guys remember, I showed you guys this car when it arrived. Haven't done anything with it since, and it's time to get moving on this car. So it is a 2011 911 GTS, two-wheel drive, not a Ford GTS 4S or whatever. It's a two-wheel drive. Obviously been smacked, and so we'll see. I bought it obviously knowing that it was a track car. I've done some of these tracks. This one. Yeah, that's it. Doesn't have Homestead on there. Anyway, whatever. I can't tell if the car maybe spun and hit the back first and then the front, or it hit the front first and then the back. Either way, it got pretty crunched up. So let's see. Let's get into this thing. All right, I closed the door here. There was just too much glare. In the mornings, my door faces east. So in the mornings, the sun comes right in through this door. So I close it. I can see better. All right. So like I said, 2011 GTS, 3.8 liter DFI motor, PDK transmission. Obviously took a good whack in the front. If I open the door, you can see a little better. We'll open up the hood here, the bonnet, and see how scrunched up this thing really is. From here, from this bulkhead forward is where it got bent. It doesn't look like it was bent from there back. I guess someone with bigger hopes and dreams than I have would be able to fix this thing. But for me, it's just a part out car. So, all right, I guess we can start in the front and work our way back. My idea is to part this thing out as much as I can. Let's see what we have here. We have a complete radiator pod assembly over here. Up in the front here, we have a front end control module, which is good. We got power brake, booster, master cylinder. We got an ABS pump. I know those things fetch some decent money. I don't know what else we have up here. Oh, I got one good, I guess this is the passenger side LED running light. The MCS suspension I'm probably going to end up keeping. This is the, I don't know, 18-way, dual adjustable, yada yada, with the remote reservoirs and all of that. And I actually have one of two cars that would just plug and play into. Either the red car or the white car, depending on what happens with those two. Whichever I decide to keep, I will now have MCS suspension for it. This side is pretty much banged up. I assume this is an aftermarket oil cooler, probably for the transmission, for the PDK. Again, I'm going by assumption here. I haven't traced the lines back to see where they go, but I think that's what that is. AC condenser looks a little bent. It doesn't look punctured or anything, but I do have a punctured AC line, so I know the AC is not going to work. I'll jack the car up underneath and we can see underneath here in a minute, but let's just continue the superficial walk around. This is just a little cheap battery I put in here to get the car started. I do have also the fuel pump and stuff in there that works. I could always pull that out too. I mean, those things new are pretty expensive, so even if I sell it for half price or a third of the price, I still don't know what that is. I don't know. I'll open that up. It doesn't seem like anything major. Probably some sort of a vapor canister. I really don't know. I'll open it up and see. All right, up in the front here, I guess there's really nothing else. Nothing else to see. Obviously, the radiator is completely busted and it's gone. I mean, we have one end of it here, but the rest of it is gone. All right, let's walk around. Continuing on the passenger side, This car, somebody fitted some, I believe those look like 996 turbo brakes and some two-piece rotors. These Forge line wheels are in good shape, the two on this side. The two on the other side are not, and they're also not Forge line. They're a different brand. They look very similar, but they're not the same. I didn't realize that at first. So whatever, I mean, I'll sell these two wheels if somebody needs some spares. Let's see, gas cap is in good shape. Mirror is in good shape. Door is in good shape. They do have this plastic window here. So, I don't know. I mean, the shell of the door is good. But obviously the door cap here is not, because it's got holes in it and this. But I guess for a race car, this is perfect. All right, going on to the back. Again, Forge line wheel. It's actually a pretty cool wheel, and it fits a wide body, but you know, it's only a single wheel. Also 996 turbo caliper. Glass is good. Also, if you notice, it's a slick top, and I think what happened most likely when they built this car is when they welded in that whole roll cage, which we'll get into in a minute here, they probably took the original sunroof panel off and replaced it with a slick top roof panel. Very common upgrade. All right, moving along. Tail light is broken. It's got some tape. That probably was even from before the accident. Rear. Here's the engine. It's a 3.8 DFI. I think they put out 385 horse or something like that. Stock. I don't know if this is a stock engine or not. I would assume just by the level of commitment to making this into a track car that it might have some sort of a tune or something, but I'll never know. I guess I'll pull the you know, I'll pull the engine out and obviously the computer and see what happens. I don't know what it is, but it does start. I'll show you guys now. The engine does run. It sounds horrible because it flaps exhaust out of here, and you know, the headers are all bent and everything, but it does start up. It does, you know, it does run. It sounds fine. Other than that, it's loud. So you can see it took a pretty good whack here. Obviously, concrete wall. Again, this car was from the Alpharetta, Georgia area. I would assume this happened at Road Atlanta, but that's just an assumption. I really don't know where it happened. Obviously, the car was tracked in many places, but I bought it from Copart in Atlanta. And also, I know the previous owner, according to the Carfax and everything, it was a one-owner car its entire life in Alpharetta, Georgia, meaning probably Hennessy Porsche was doing all the work on this car, or at least, you know, that's where it was bought, and that's where some maintenance warranty work was done. All right, continuing on, this door is in good shape, mirror's in good shape. You know, it's got 58,700 miles on it. What else? Same thing as the other side. It's just a bare shell of a door, but it is a good shell. I mean, the door is really in good shape. There's nothing wrong with it. We have a Race Tech seat with the halo. I got to get the model number. I don't know exactly what model number that is. We got the PDK shifter, AC controls. The dash is unfortunate. It's been cut on both sides for that roll bar. Steering wheel's got the paddle shifters on both sides, so that's kind of cool. So I'll be parting this thing out, you know, take all the cluster out, steering wheel out. I'll take everything out of here. We'll get to the inside here in a minute. And coming along, oh, I forgot to show you guys the wheels. So you see, this wheel is different than the Forge line. This one is called Fin Speed. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it is what it is. It's a Fin Speed. And moving along this side, you know, obviously fender's no good, but fortunately it doesn't look like it did any damage to the door. So that door shell is actually good. I'm sure somebody with a crashed car could use it. Or I'll put it aside. Maybe I'll end up buying another crashed car and I can use the door. Another Finspeed wheel. This tire has seen better days. Also, this one is loose because it's got that broken control arm, which we'll get to momentarily here when I show you guys the bottom of the car. And that's it. That's a tour of the exterior of the car. Let's go inside. Here we are inside the car. So as you can see, we have good climate control. We also have the little panel here for the PASM and PSM and Sport and all that stuff. Chrono wart is good. Again, they cut the dashboard. It's a shame, but it is what it is. This is a very, very nice cage that they did here. It really is. I mean, it's all welded in. Like I said, there was no way to put this cage in here without removing that roof panel. So, yeah, so that panel has to be removed in order to get this cage out. I'm not going to bother with that. I mean, what am I going to cut the car up into little pieces? It's just, I don't know. I'm not going there. The shifter is good. I'll crank the car up here in a minute. The seat is good. It's a Race Tech. I don't know, whatever model number that is. RT 4009 WHR. With the halo. I'm not a huge fan of the halo. I guess if I raced, maybe, but I don't race. I just do track days, and I don't know. I don't really care for the halo. I can't see anything. We have these wonderful MCS canisters here with the adjustable little knobs in the back there. And I don't know if you guys could hear that. I was outside the car anyway. With the adjustable knobs on the tops of the rear struts. And here's the engine computer. And again, I will be pulling all of that out and checking to see exactly what we have. Let me hook up the battery, turn the cluster on. As you can see, the car does show 58,755 miles. Everything powers up. The AC, let me turn the AC on, there's no need for that. Down here, you can't really see it. There's nothing there, it's just two pedals, a floorboard, and a fuse panel. But, you know, little things like these AC vents are worth money, switches, ignition switch. The steering wheel should be worth a few bucks with the paddle shifters and all that stuff. I believe this would be the rear control module that would normally be under the seat, but I'll check and see exactly what that is. I'm not sure, but it should be the rear control module, like I had to change on the white car here. And that's about it. I mean, I don't know. So inside, it's very, very Spartan. There's nothing in there. It's just a straight up track car. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else I can show you guys about the outside of the car. Let's get it up in the air and look underneath. We can start in the front here. There you can see the whack. You can see how even all the spot welds here have all come undone. So it definitely took a good hit. Look at that. Moving over here to the the driver's side. You can see, I guess this is called either the caster arm or the thrust arm. It's broken. It's an aftermarket piece, ERP. It also has this, all four corners, they have these tubular control arms. So they got rid of the original control arms. What else? This guy here, this drop link broke the end, as you can see. All of these parts are available, so I can always just go on the, I believe this is either Tear It, or I can go to ERP, I guess that's here, ERP, and buy whatever parts I need. We got those lovely coilovers, which look almost new. I mean, they really do. You can see here, this is where this piece would originally go attached to right here. And since that's broken, the front wheel, it just dangles there. So I have to see if I'm gonna move this car, I'm gonna have to secure this somehow so that it stays. Maybe I can even just tack weld it here, just put a little tack right there to keep it from, just to keep it from moving. All right, other side. Like I said before, well, this condenser looks to be in good shape, but it looks maybe a little twisted. Radiator underneath looks to have taken a little bit of a hit. I don't know if I would use that, but maybe have it pressure tested and see what happens. We've got the little home link module here. We got the horns. Same thing as on the other side. We have all the ERP stuff. This side didn't take the hit, so everything on this side is good. We got the 996 calipers, all of this tubular control arm stuff here, all the turret drop links, the MCS coilovers. Everything on this side is in good shape. So let's go back. As we work our way back, we see nothing but plastic, obviously. I took a little tumble in the Georgia mud there, but whatever. This is broken. So when I got back here, I took that panel off there, as you can see, and I realized that transmission looks brand new. I mean, I don't know the history. I went to Porsche of West Broward and they looked it up. They said it wasn't done under warranty. Obviously, the car has 58,000 miles. I would have to call Hennessy Porsche to see if it was done there. And maybe I'll do that today and see. But that transmission, aside from just having some water stains on it, I mean, it looks brand spanking new. So we'll see. It does work. It goes through the gears. Everything is fine. Passenger side, again, we have all these tubular control arms with the hame joints, thrust arms, also the caster arm, the thrust arms, whatever you want to call these. Also monoball, drop links. We got a nice fat rear sway bar. It's a 25 millimeter sway bar. That might actually even be from a GT2. I'm not sure. I got to check, but I'm not sure. I got to take that sway bar off. Dog bones. Obviously, we got the MCS coilovers. On this side, you can see this thing broke here where this drop link would attach to. This end link here broke. Again, I'd have to call ERP and just get that part. Everything else seems to be in decent shape. Got the MCS, got the dog bones up there. And you can see here what I mean about that transmission. I mean, it looks brand new. What else? In the engine, the headers have a bunch of hits. You can see this gasket is leaking, probably because it got all tweaked. This one is leaking big time. It's making a lot of noise. I believe this header, this header is also banged up. What else? You can see here, hold on, let me go get a flashlight. So you can see there where the engine carrier bolts onto the block. Those two pieces have broken. That can be fixed. You know, an aluminum welder can definitely fix that. The other side seems to be fine. There's also a little broken tab right there on the water pump housing. Again, an aluminum welder can work miracles with that, and they can definitely fix that. So I'm not even worried about that. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, that's about it. For underneath, you know, everything, all of this stuff will get taken off. I want to crank this car, but it's loud. And I got the piggy over here. She's not going to like it. Mama, you're not going to like it. It's too loud. So go over there. Come on. Go. All right, I got to work on her. Okay, so let's start this thing. It's probably going to blow some smoke because all these flat engines, when they sit, especially if it's, you know, gone through anything, it'll usually blow some smoke. So let's see. Let's crank it up. Right, Piggy? Not to be concerned? You don't like the loud noise, do you? It's pretty loud. Yeah, you don't like it. She's coming to tell me. Dad, I don't like it. Huh, Pig? Look at her disdain. She won't even look at me. She's mad. She's mad. That wasn't too bad. I can't leave it running long, really, because there's no coolant in it. There's no, the radiator's busted. So I can only run it for, a few seconds or whatever, 10, 20 seconds at a time. But you see it cranks up. It runs okay. It doesn't idle too well. Could have something to do with all the, pressure losses there on the, the pulse losses on the headers, on the exhaust. But otherwise, the engine sounds fine. It doesn't make any weird noises. When the car is in the air, it does go through the gears. So I would say, the engine's good. It just needs to be gone through. And, it needs a proper exhaust, first of all. And go from there. So next step, strip this thing. Just gut it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take everything out of it. At least anything of use to me or that can sell. And then, I don't know, sell the tub or give it away. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But first things first, I can't today, but I'm going to start probably tomorrow. Let me turn this fan off so I can hear myself. Start tomorrow and tearing into it, start in the front and work my way back. I hooked up the Durametric here to this thing and let's see what happens. Let's see, engine module, information, let's see what it gives us. Some stage 1s, a couple stage 2s, nothing major. Okay, that's not bad. PDK, let's see, information. Okay. Fault codes, let's see if there's any fault codes on that. Instrument cluster, cam fault break, probably due to low voltage because the battery was dead on this thing, and that throws, dead batteries on these cars always throws off all kinds of fault codes. Let's see, our gear shifter, gear selector, yeah, again, most likely due to no voltage. Stability management. Well, I guess if the stability management worked, the car wouldn't be in the condition it's in now, would it? All right, we'll just erase all of this stuff. All-wheel drive does not count because if this car is not all-wheel drive. Suspension, I mean, the suspension is probably deleted, yeah, the PASM, if it had PASM at some point. Tire pressure, who cares? This instrument cluster. Let's see how many codes. Communications, driver door, passenger door, fault control unit. Yeah, all that stuff probably because there is no electronics in the door. Everything's been deleted. So all that stuff is probably just stuff that's been deleted. So we'll just erase that. And let's see. All right, everything else I don't really care about. I just wanted to know basically the engine, identification, information. That's it. There you have it. The tour of the 2011 Porsche 911 GTS 2. Not be confused with the 4, which is an all-wheel drive. This is a two-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, PDK car. And I think there's a lot of good parts here. So I'll tell you guys, I'm into this car for like 12 grand. I'm thinking either engine or transmission alone will probably recuperate the majority of that money for me. I still have a lot of other parts to sell. We'll see. But again, until I start posting stuff for sale, there's no telling what's going to fetch what exactly. 3.8 DFI motor's got to be worth some decent money. It needs a little bit of repair on that, on those mounting bolts, but that's For an aluminum welder, that's a piece of cake. The transmission is fine. Actually, that transmission looks brand new. I'm actually anxious to pull it so I can find the fabrication date on it, and it's got to be very recent because I mean that thing is spotless. I got the MCS coilovers, and I don't know, 996 turbo calipers, all the suspension, all the control arms, and all that stuff. So there's plenty of parts to be had here. That's it. Now you guys know where I'm at with this car. 12 grand is what I have into it. We'll see what I can get out of it. So appreciate you guys watching. Please please hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, leave me any comments, etc., etc. And until the next time, I'll start tearing into this. Thank you for watching. Now I gotta go get the pig. I put her over there in the yard next door because she kept running out into the street here. I'd crank the car and I'd see her out there standing in the middle of the street, and I don't like that because she's gonna probably get run over because there's people ripping up and down the street all the time. So I gotta go. I put her in the yard next door over there behind the gate so that she can't run away. So I gotta go over there and get her. So thanks for watching.